So learning target 3.4 on the Unit 3 test. It says to find the x-intercept and y-intercept and then graph the line. Well, the x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. When a line crosses the x-axis, it's neither above or below the axis, so the y value is 0. If I substitute 0 in for the y in this equation, 6 times 0 is 0. Negative 4x plus that 0 is negative 4x. So I end up with the equation negative 4x equals negative 24. To solve this, I would have to divide both sides by negative 4, and I get x equals positive 6. So when I substitute 0 for y, I end up with positive 6 for x. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, so it's neither to the left nor to the right of the y-axis, which means that x is 0. When I substitute 0 for x, negative 4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 6y makes this side just 6y, then equals my negative 24. To solve for y, I would have to divide both sides by 6, and y equals negative 4. Make sure that you're showing this work. So I need to graph a line that crosses the x-axis at positive 6 and the y-axis at negative 4, which means I need to make sure I can get down to negative 4 and to the right to positive 6. So when I set up my axes, I'll make sure I can reach that far. And let me go over to 6 on my x-axis and labeling my scale again directly on the grid lines. Negative 4 on the y-axis, positive 6 on the x-axis, and then draw the line through those 2 points. Don't forget to put arrows at the ends of your lines. The second problem, again, the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. That's when y is 0. The y-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. That's when, the y-axis. That's when x is 0. So when y is 0, this part drops out, and I end up with 4x equals 24. To solve that equation, I would divide both sides by 4 to get x equals positive 6. The y-intercept, when I put 0 in for x, 4 times 0 is 0, minus 8y gives me a negative 8y equals positive 24. Divide both sides by negative 8 to solve for y, and y is negative 3. So I need to set up my axes so that I can get to negative 3 on my y-axis and positive 6 on my x-axis. There is an arrow at the end of that x-axis on the right. It just kind of went off the page a little bit. So I need to get over to positive 6 for x, down to negative 3 for y. Plot those intercepts, and then draw my line through those 2 points. In this case, that line is way off, so I need to do some fixing. And let me pull that axis in if I can, so that you can see that the arrow is on there. And that is learning target 3.4.